I rescued a little one from the riverside. The little one was helpless and refused to interact with anyone, but clung to me all day long. I took her in because I felt sorry for her. Later, against my parents' objections, I married her. I also sold the house I had worked so hard for and spent all my savings to treat her illness. When we had nowhere to live, she hugged me and said that she would always be with me, but later, when she woke up in the hospital, her eyes were filled with only indifference. Someone like you is worthy of being my husband? I was just a tool in Hannah Rose's plan. I learned from the news that she was the president of the Hahn family. I understood that a poor small-town guy like me could never be worthy of the dazzling President Hahn. After she left, she never contacted me again. With a lot of newspaper public city, I saw her attending major events with her first love, Liam Hunter. There were also many paparazzi who photographed Hannah Rose holding Liam Hunter's hand and entering and leaving their residence together. I tried to contact her, but I couldn't even see her face, and I was driven away by those security guards. For 4 whole years, I threw away all my savings for this little one, just to be together forever. But after the little one woke up, she ruthlessly turned her head and went to find her first love, Liam Hunter. I don't want to be this loser anymore, I just want to divorce Hannah Rose. I took the divorce documents, only asking to get back the money I spent in these 4 years, and nothing else. Still, I couldn't even see Hannah Rose's face, and I was driven away by those security guards. The security guards took pity on me and secretly advised me, President Hahn still has some feelings for you. The other companies of the Hahn family will definitely think of your relationship with President Hahn and let you have a relaxed clerical position. Wouldn't that be good? Don't be so ungrateful and want to divorce President Hahn. I understood what these security guards were thinking. At least I still had President Hahn as my backer. If I divorced, I would really have nothing. But I only felt it was ridiculous. In 4 years, even the coldest heart would have been warmed, right? 4 years ago, the little one I rescued at the riverside doesn't know anything, just tightly grasped the hem of my clothes. I also sent her to the police station, but this little one just refused to interact with anyone else and clung to me all day long. No matter where I went, she'd trail after me. I took her in because I felt sorry for her. Later, I married her and promised to love each other for the rest of our lives. I even risked being scolded by my parents, quit my big company job, and sold the house in the big city to try to cure this little one's illness. But now, I realize that this was all a scam. That year, a civil war broke out among the heirs of the Hahn family. Hannah Rose, as one of the heirs, pretended to be weak and jumped into the river, pretending to be a fool to deceive everyone. 4 years later, when the Hahn family's struggle for supremacy came to an end, she launched a thunderous attack and won the head of the Hahn family. That day, Hannah Rose woke up in the hospital and looked at me with cold eyes. Sam Lewis, what qualifications do you have to be my husband? I just really don't understand why Hannah Rose is unwilling to divorce me when she has clearly obtained the status she dreamed of. All I want is a divorce documents and to get back all my property from the past 4 years. And she is inseparable from her first love, Liam Hunter, every day, which everyone sees. To make Liam Hunter happy, Hannah Rose could offer a night of fireworks for him to enjoy. Liam Hunter likes to eat sashimi, so she spares no expense to air freight it from a high-end fish market, just to let him eat the freshest. Hannah Rose holds Liam Hunter high and regards him as a treasure. Now that she doesn't want me, she can't even take out a drop in the bucket of money for me. My dad and my mom were afraid that I would commit suicide, so they took the initiative to come back to see me. They made a table full of dishes. My dad took a big gulp of whiskey, his face flushed red, and scolded, "From the day you rescued her, I could see that this Hannah Rose was no good. This little one can't take care of herself. You took care of her for 4 years, for years, even a dog would wag its tail at you. What about the result? She left so mercilessly after waking up. My mom held my hand and earnestly advised me, "Son, there's no need to hang yourself on this one crooked tree. We'll be fine without her, won't we? Let's just treat these 4 years as feeding a dog, okay?" My eyes were full of coldness, and I looked at my dad and my mom seriously and said firmly, "My dad, my mom, I understand. I just want to divorce Hannah Rose now and get back all the money I spent in these 4 years. Then start a new life and live a good life." After I comforted my dad and my mom, and they confirmed that I had no intention of committing suicide, I sent them away. I couldn't contact Hannah Rose online, so I could only take the divorce documents and rush to the outside of Hannah Rose's mansion. The security guards still wouldn't let me in, but after I stayed at the door of the mansion for 2 or 3 days in a row, perhaps Hannah Rose took pity on me and finally agreed to see me. Surrounded by security guards, I entered this mansion that I would never be able to afford in my life. As soon as I entered, I saw messy clothes lying on the ground. I could tell at a glance that it was a piece of lingerie that I had given to the little one. Looking at Hannah Rose standing high on the second floor, I only felt a pang of pain in my heart. I clenched the divorce documents contract in my hand, and just as I was about to speak, Hannah Rose looked down at me condescendingly. "Sam Lewis, why are you here?" I said coldly. "Of course I'm here to find you." At this moment, Liam Hunter, her first love, walked out of the room behind her and hugged Hannah Rose. Liam Hunter glanced at me lightly. Who did I think it was? So it's the leech who's relying on Rose. Saying that, Liam Hunter's eyes were full of disdain, and he said, "Leech, you raised Rose for 4 years, I thought you had some backbone. As soon as I heard that Rose had become the president of the Hahn family, you stuck to her like a leech. Tell me, how much money do you want? I'll give it to you." I was so angry that I laughed and couldn't help but ridicule. "I don't want money. Just treat these 4 years as feeding a dog." "But that's fine. When the divorce documents is signed today, I will have nothing to do with Hannah Rose." Hannah Rose's mouth just wanted to say something, but she stopped abruptly. Liam Hunter, on the other hand, walked down from the second floor with Hannah Rose, with an angry look on his face, and came in front of me, and said in a condescending tone, "A leech dared to talk back? Who gave you the qualification? Without Rose, could you have set foot here in your life?" Hannah Rose pursed her lips slightly and said, "Tell me, how much money do you want?" Then, she looked at Liam Hunter again. "Liam, I'm hungry." Liam Hunter kissed Hannah Rose's face slightly, and then looked at me, and said condescendingly, "Leech, you probably haven't eaten high-end cuisine in your life, right? It's breakfast time. I'll give you a small bowl separately and let you eat something nutritious." During those 4 years, the little one's favorite thing to eat was the chicken soup that I made for her every morning. I can recall every smile of hers during those 4 years. But now, she's awake, kicked me away, became the female president of the Hahn family, and breakfast has long become the so-called high-end cuisine. There's no need to rush up there. All I want is a plain life. Hannah Rose looked at me and nodded. "Sam Lewis, let's have something to eat together." I replied coldly to Hannah Rose, "No need, I'm here to send you the divorce documents. Sign it, and we'll be divorced and well." Hannah Rose was obviously stunned, and a trace of panic suddenly flashed in her eyes. Liam Hunter smiled. "Sam Lewis, you really have a good plan. Knowing that Rose has become the president of the Hahn family, you chose to divorce in order to be able to share half of the Hahn family's property, right?" Hannah Rose's face darkened, and a trace of anger flashed in her eyes. "Sam Lewis, you want to divorce me and achieve a leap in class, right?" Liam Hunter looked at me with a look of pity. "Sam Lewis, don't you think that you can share half of the Hahn family's property just by taking care of Rose for 4 years?" I sneered and looked at Liam Hunter. "Not everyone will be a third party for money." Liam Hunter's face immediately became ugly. Hannah Rose glanced at Liam Hunter and said angrily, "Sam Lewis, apologize to Liam." I was laughed at again by Hannah Rose's words. Did I say anything wrong? Hannah Rose, stop pretending to be a big shot here. Hannah Rose's eyes were already filled with anger. Sam Lewis, who dares to let you talk to me in this tone? Liam Hunter's face turned black, and he said coldly, Sam Lewis, put yourself in the right position. There has long been an insurmountable gap between you and us. It's good fortune that you were lucky enough to get Rose for 4 years. Now, it's lucky that we can stand in front of you. I was laughed at again. What are you so proud of? Aren't you just a leech of Hannah Rose? Before I could continue, Hannah Rose had already strode forward and slapped me in the face. Sam Lewis, kneel down and apologize to Liam. For years ago, when I had just brought the little one back to the small town, I was gossiped about by a group of old women at the edge of the village. It was the little one who rushed up to protect me. Unexpectedly, now the POS. Issues have been reversed, and she can deal with me for Liam Hunter. Hannah Rose is really affectionate to this Liam Hunter. For I touched the burning pain on my left face and couldn't help but smile in disappointment. Hannah Rose was stunned, a trace of pity flashed in her eyes, and just as she was about to raise her hand to touch me, her hand stopped in midair. My face was full of sarcasm. Let me apologize to this real leech. Why? And I said, I'm here to divorce you, not to mess around with you. Hannah Rose was furious. Sam Lewis, don't even think about getting a penny now. Security guards, drag him out. The security guards at the door rushed in. Hannah Rose, Before I could finish speaking, my mouth was covered and I was dragged out by those security guards. After being thrown out of the mansion by the security guards, I still sat outside and shouted, despite the fierce eyes of those security guards, Hannah Rose, we're getting a divorce. I just want all the money I spent on you in the past 4 years. As long as Hannah Rose doesn't respond to me, I will keep shouting outside. Hannah Rose is already the president of the Hahn family, and she will definitely care about her reputation. And before I could shout a few words, some fierce-looking security guards invited me to the supreme VIP room of a large restaurant. I understood that these security guards were Liam Hunter's security guards. The VIP room they brought me to was the restaurant that Hannah Rose had bought for her first love, Liam Hunter. The reason for buying this restaurant was very simple, just because Liam Hunter liked to eat the shrimp cocktail inside. After waiting inside for an hour, I finally saw Liam Hunter pushing the door open with an arrogant attitude. Where's Hannah Rose? I asked coldly. Liam Hunter sneered. Hick, what's your status? How are you worthy of seeing her again? I suppressed the anger in my heart and said, I just wanted divorce documents. It's enough if you return all the money I spent in the past 4 years. I don't care how you want to be Hannah Rose's leech in the future. A hint of anger flashed in Liam Hunter's eyes, but the next second he laughed. It just so happens that Rose has prepared some delicacies for you. See if it suits your taste. The shrimp cocktail here is good. Raw shrimp with top-shelf liquor, the taste is quite good. The waiters outside had already brought up 2 servings of shrimp cocktail. As soon as I entered the door, the rich aroma of whiskey was already a bit unbearable for me. I clenched my fists. During those 4 years, that little one knew that I couldn't eat raw food or drink whiskey. The food she handled had to be overcooked, and she would only give it to me after trying it herself. As a result, now that she's awake, she wants to torture me instead, right? My eyes were full of disappointment, and the last bit of expectation for the little one was shattered. Liam Hunter watched me remain indifferent, and just smiled. Sam Lewis, you just want to get back the money you spent in the past 4 years, and you don't really want to divorce documents, do you? How could someone from the bottom give up this opportunity to climb up? But Hannah Rose is destined to be someone you can't get. How about this? As long as you're willing to leave, I'll give you another 5 million and then leave the big city. My eyes were extremely cold and I said, Hannah Rose and I were just acting. She took my expenses for 4 years, and I just want to get it back. I don't need anything else. And my roots are here, my home is here, and I can't leave here. Liam Hunter's face darkened. What if I insist on you leaving? I said indifferently, what qualifications does a leech have to order me? Liam Hunter smiled. I've never failed to do what I want to do. I stood up and prepared to leave here. Liam Hunter sneered, and just waved his hand, and a large number of security guards pinned me down. Not leaving? So, people from the bottom are just greedy. If you don't accept a toast, you'll have to drink a forfeit. I wanted to break free from the restraints of several strong security guards, but I couldn't do anything at all. Liam Hunter revealed a stern smile and said, first break his legs. 5 At this moment, a hurried voice came from outside the door. Who dares to break Sam Lewis's legs? The door of the VIP room was pushed open. The person who came was Hannah Rose. She brought a large number of security guards and quickly brought the scene under control. Hannah Rose looked at Liam Hunter coldly. I never said to break Sam Lewis's legs, did I? A trace of embarrassment appeared on Liam Hunter's face, and he put away the divorce documents on his hand. Rose, listen to my explanation first. Hannah Rose snorted with dissatisfaction. What do you need to explain? Didn't I hear it clearly? Just as Liam Hunter wanted to say something, he saw the look of anger in Hannah Rose's eyes, which couldn't help but make him tremble. I still have something to deal with, so I'll leave first. Rose, I'll wait for you tonight. And I said to Liam Hunter indifferently, remember what you said, I just want to get back what belongs to me. After watching Liam Hunter leave, I didn't want to pay attention to Hannah Rose in front of me anymore, and strode away. Hannah Rose frowned slightly, but grabbed in front of me, preparing to leave. Sam Lewis, haven't you made enough trouble? It was your fault in the first place. What's wrong with saying a few words to you? What are you angry about? The security guards around them left the VIP room with interest and waited outside. I looked up and looked at Hannah Rose with a cold face. I'm not angry. I've seen through you. We don't need to have any more contact. Hannah Rose's heart stopped, and a trace of grievance couldn't help but appear in her eyes. Sam Lewis, what exactly are you trying to do? Don't you think I'm still he little one you want to take care of? My eyes were still extremely cold. Of course you are no longer the little one I need to take care of. You are the president of the entire Han family. It's already different. Hannah Rose immediately felt as if her heart had been torn apart. Saying that, I even said mockingly, what qualifications do I have to continue to look for you? Divorce documents, I just want to get back the money I spent on you in the past 4 years. The divorce documents is with your first love. Remember to sign it. I didn't want to say any more to Hannah Rose, so I directly walked past her and pushed open the door of the VIP room. Hannah Rose was stunned in place as if struck by lightning. She had a premonition that I was really going to leave her. Otherwise, it was impossible for me to just want back the expenses of the past 4 years and not need anything else. By the time Hannah Rose reacted, I had already disappeared from her sight. 6 On the way back, I received a lot of news about Hannah Rose. I was annoyed and directly chose to block them. But after a while, Hannah Rose's cell phone called. I looked at the number marked little one and couldn't help but smile mockingly. At the beginning, I was afraid that the little one would get lost, so I specially got her a cell phone number and put it on the front of her neck. In her cell phone, there was only one contact person, me. The little one also called me every day with great enthusiasm, even though we were right next to each other. I subconsciously answered the cell phone, and Hannah Rose's anxious voice rang out from it. Sam Lewis, where did you go? Come back quickly. I couldn't help but reply sarcastically, where I go is none of your business, is it? The voice on the other end of the cell phone was full of anger. Sam Lewis, don't forget, I'm your wife. Come back to me quickly." I felt inexplicably confused when I heard this sentence on the cell phone. At the beginning, Hannah Rose pretended dead to be a little one and married me. Wasn't it just to avoid the civil war among the Han family's heirs? I'm just a tool that can be manipulated at will. Could it be that I still have some unfinished mission? That's why you still want to tie me down? However, I was already tired of it and didn't want to stay by Hannah Rose's side. I continued to respond with a mocking smile. "Wife, aren't we just in a cooperative relationship? You used me to avoid the civil war among the Han family's heirs. Tell me, what qualifications do I have to be your husband? You should still remember what you said." Hannah Rose's voice on the other end of the cell phone, which was originally full of anger, directly went silent. After a few seconds, Hannah Rose said weakly, "Sam Lewis, I can't get away right now. I'll explain it to you later." I glanced coldly at the street scene outside and didn't reply, but directly chose to hang up the cell phone. Afterwards, I looked at the cell phone number of the little one, smiled slightly, and blocked it. As expected, Hannah Rose didn't chase after me in the end. Because she and her first love, Liam Hunter, needed to attend a party. This party was held jointly by the Liam family behind Liam Hunter and the Sue family that she governed. During the grand event, Liam Hunter knelt down and presented a ring inlaid with a rare unique diamond to Hannah Rose in front of everyone. Hannah Rose accepted the ring in front of everyone, covered her face and cried, and finally hugged her first love, Liam Hunter. Everyone automatically ignored the fact that Hannah Rose had a hometown husband. With the help of the Liam family, the Han family's stock price soared that night, and Hannah Rose completely secured her position as the president of the Han family. But what I found strange was that the party had already passed, but I hadn't seen the divorce documents with her name signed on it. I could only assume that she was too busy recently to take care of my diver. CE documents contract. But this clearly only required a name. Maybe she just didn't want to waste that little bit of money and wanted to drag me down and force me to leave with nothing. I laughed mockingly and stopped paying attention to Hannah Rose's movements. About 10 days or so passed, and Liam Hunter, as her first love, sent me a message. Looking at this message, a brilliant smile appeared on my face. Hannah Rose finally signed her name on the divorce documents, and I also received the money for the 4 years that Liam Hunter sent me. Everything was settled, and I took out the SIM card and threw it away casually. At this moment, all contact between me and Hannah Rose was completely severed. She doesn't owe me anything, and I don't owe her anything either. In the future, I will wish Hannah Rose a bright future. The 4 years of little one have been completely separated from me at this moment. I told my dad and my mom about this news. My dad and my mom rushed over. They didn't want me to continue staying in this sad the big city. "Son, let's go. It just so happens that we're planning to go back to your mom's hometown. Although the hometown is developing slower, a slow life is the real good life." Looking at this land that gave birth to me and raised me, I was still a little reluctant to leave. The reason why I didn't want to leave before was because of my dad and my mom. They had already struggled in the big city for most of their lives. But my dad and my mom came to accommodate me in the opposite direction, letting me return to the small town, just so that I wouldn't think of the sad things here. "Okay, I'll pack up and leave tomorrow." My dad and my mom left first. I originally wanted to go with them, but I couldn't convince them. They said they wanted to go and tidy up the family home first, so I could only drive them to the airport first. After sending them to the airport and coming back, I was surprised to find that the house had already been tidied up. Moreover, a lot of expensive furniture had been added to the house. I was a little confused as to who had done this when I saw Hannah Rose walking down from the second floor. Hannah Rose was dressed in expensive clothes and looked at me elegantly. "Sam, do you think it's clean here? I've added a little more furniture here." It's all the furniture you once told me you wanted to buy. My eyes were only filled with coldness. Hannah Rose, what are you doing here? We're already divorced, we've already settled everything, and it seems like we don't have any relationship anymore, right? Hannah Rose's breathing stagnated, but her tone accelerated slightly. Sam, I can't get through to your cell phone, and Liam and I are just acting. He's a frustrated young master from the Liam family. I just need the support of his family behind him. Otherwise, even if I win the position of president of the Han family, it won't be stable. Now that the Han family has stabilized, go back with me, and you'll be my rightful husband. Also, where are my dad and my mom? It's time for me to take them over to enjoy a good life. I just nodded expressionlessly and continued to say coldly, I know. Now that you've said everything, then leave my house, Miss Hannah Rose. I knew very well that Hannah Rose could come up with this kind of lie at any time. She must have something she wanted to do again and thought of me, this tool. Hannah Rose's little one act was very convincing, and she had fooled me for 4 whole years. I was no longer the simple little fool I used to be. And this time, she actually wanted to bring my dad and my mom along? Hannah Rose met my extremely cold eyes, and her eyes were a little red. I sneered, her acting was really good. Sam, my relationship with Liam is just for outsiders to see. The only person I really love is you. During those 4 years, you were the only one who didn't me, and you were even willing to give everything for me. I've kept all of this in my heart. I immediately understood that she must have a new love, but she couldn't kick Liam Hunter away. Then it would be just right to use me again. To Hannah Rose, I was really an incredibly useful tool. She would throw me away after using me, and then she could use me again repeatedly when she remembered me. I looked at Hannah Rose coldly and said in a voice as cold as ice, Miss Hannah Rose, if you don't leave, I'm going to call the police. We have already broken off all relations. You are now appearing at my residence, which is trespassing. I said indifferently. Hannah Rose's heart suddenly ached, and her face was so pale that it was bloodless. I can guarantee that nothing has ever happened between Liam and me. But when she looked at my still extremely cold face, Hannah Rose had to say softly, Sam, I know you're angry, so I'll come again tomorrow. Come again tomorrow? It didn't matter, I was going back to my hometown tomorrow anyway. Looking at Hannah Rose slowly leaving, I saw those new furniture again. These new furniture were extremely dazzling to me. Wait, I said faintly. Hannah Rose's eyes couldn't help but light up slightly. Sam, is there anything wrong? I pointed to the new furniture that she had moved in and said coldly, I don't like these things appearing in my house. Hannah Rose's face turned slightly pale, and she said a little softly, Sam, didn't you tell me before that you liked this kind of big TV the most? Has your taste changed? Tell me, and I'll buy it. I sneered, what I like is the big TV I watched with the little one. Not the things that Miss Hannah Rose needs. Hannah Rose's face turned pale again. She wanted to raise her hand to speak many times, but she couldn't say anything in the end. In the end, she could only let the many security guards carry all the new furniture away in disappointment. Looking at Hannah Rose's lonely back as she left, my eyes were a little red. This was the last time I would see Hannah Rose. After returning to my hometown, there would be no chance to meet again. Little one, no, Miss Hannah Rose, goodbye forever. 9. The next day, I left with nothing and took a plane back to my hometown early in the morning. I had already blacklisted all of Hannah Rose's contact information and even changed to a new SIM card. With all the savings I had on me, it would be enough to support me for the rest of my life in my hometown. After arriving in my hometown, I felt that the air had become fresher. With the introduction of my dad and mom, I also met a new girl. Her name was Lily Carter, a very simple small-town girl. My wish was also very simple, to live a plain life with a girl. But these incredibly peaceful days hadn't even lasted a month when Liam Hunter, my former ideal girl, came to my door. Liam Hunter was limping, and his face was covered with a lot of black bruises, obviously beaten badly. I was full of surprise. No matter what, Liam Hunter was also from a wealthy family and Hannah Rose's dream man. I was very curious, who could beat Liam Hunter like this? Sam Lewis, I finally found you after all the hardships. You quickly go and deal with that crazy woman, Hannah Rose. Liam Hunter's tone was full of crying. As he spoke, he knelt down in front of me with a plop. Looking at Liam Hunter in front of me, who was no longer as arrogant as before, I was even more puzzled. A month and a half ago, he forced me to eat a whole plate of shrimp cocktail. Shrimp cocktail or live shrimp, just infused with whiskey, which made me extremely uncomfortable and made me vomit on the spot. But now, Liam Hunter would actually kneel directly in front of me. I didn't pity him, he deserved it. Thinking like this, I wanted to just bypass him and leave here. This was a remote area, and I believed they wouldn't stay for long. When Liam Hunter saw that I didn't respond, he grabbed my legs. Sam, can't I call you Sam? I glanced at him coldly and forcefully pulled my legs away. When Liam Hunter saw this, he immediately pounced on me again without any dignity. Sam, that crazy woman, Hannah Rose, has already swallowed up most of the Liam family's assets. She even said that if I couldn't find you, she would drag me to the wilderness and feed me to the dogs. Look at me. She beat me like this. I was almost beaten to death. Please, save me. I glanced at Liam Hunter indifferently. What you said has nothing to do with me. I have nothing to do with you anymore, right? Saying that, I kicked Liam Hunter in front of me. Liam Hunter's face turned pale. Seeing that I was about to leave again, he pounced on me again, ignoring the pain, and tightly grabbed the hem of my clothes. Sam, I was wrong before. I shouldn't have come to mock you. You can punish me however you want. As long as you go back to Hannah Rose, that crazy woman, Hannah Rose, will definitely calm down. Before, my relationship with Hannah Rose was just a cooperative one. I only touched her hand, I didn't touch anywhere else. And as long as you watch the news, you'll know that Miss Hannah Rose has openly stated that you are her husband and she must marry you. I was stunned for a moment. Since coming to this remote place, I hadn't paid much attention to the news. I didn't know what kind of plan this was, but I would definitely not cooperate again. Even if it was true, I would never turn back. Little one had been sealed in my heart. No matter how rich Hannah Rose was now, I would never turn back. Some people, once missed, are missed forever. Liam Hunter, don't forget that you helped me complete the divorce documents back then. 10. Liam Hunter seemed to have lost all his strength. His eyes dimmed. Liam Hunter slapped himself twice heavily. Sam, I was just blinded by greed at the time. I thought that as long as I forced you away, I could really marry Hannah Rose. But I didn't expect her to be such a crazy woman. She doesn't want anyone but you. Maya Lee. Faye is in the hands of that crazy woman. Save me, I can agree to any conditions. My expression became more and more indifferent. I looked at Liam Hunter deeply. After you helped return all the money from the past 4 years and signed the divorce documents, we have completely separated and have nothing to do with each other. Liam Hunter, please go back and tell Hannah Rose that we have already settled everything. After saying that, I turned around without mercy and strode away from this place. Liam Hunter's eyes were full of despair. Looking at Sam Lewis leaving, he would definitely be beaten half to death by Hannah Rose again after returning. Why was he so cheap back then and provoked the relationship between Sam Lewis and Hannah Rose? After a few more days, Lily Carter and I agreed to have dinner at a small restaurant in town. During this month, my relationship with Lily Carter had also warmed up. She also stuck to me all day long, but she was not Hannah Rose and didn't have those schemes. Within a month, I gradually opened my heart and completely accepted her. Just as I was the first to arrive at the restaurant, I saw Hannah Rose wearing a white dress. I was slightly stunned. That white dress was the one I gave to little one. However, I knew in my heart that little one had already died in the hospital at the moment when she said I was not qualified to be her husband. After Hannah Rose saw me arriving at the restaurant, she quickly rushed over and hugged me. Sam, I'm still that little one. Look, I'm still wearing the same clothes. Please don't be angry anymore, okay? I just wanted to make our life better. I was not wrong. At the end of her words, Hannah Rose's voice was already trembling slightly. I could hear the panic in Hannah Rose's tone, but I pushed her away. Lily Carter was the one who would accompany me for the rest of my life, not Hannah Rose. Miss Hannah Rose, please have some self-respect. Your status is noble. I am not qualified to be your husband. 11. Hannah Rose's tears suddenly welled up in her eyes. She wanted to rush into my arms again, but I stopped her again. I am willing to give up the entire Hannah family's business. I will continue to be that little one who sticks to you, and you will still be my husband, okay? I said coldly, Miss Hannah Rose, do you think you are being funny? For 4 years, you treated me like a fool and played me around. Don't you just think I'm a burden and kick me away, but then feel sorry and want me to come back? Hearing my words, Hannah Rose took several steps back. Her face was pale, and she shook her head repeatedly. No, it's not like that. In the past 4 years, you never abandoned me. I really fell in love with you. I shook my head in disappointment. Miss Hannah Rose, you are you, and little one is little one. I hope you understand. The fateful encounter between me and little one was just carefully manipulated by you. Now that you are awake, there is no need to continue acting. At this time, Lily Carter also arrived at this place. She looked at the situation in the small restaurant and naturally took my hand. Hannah Rose's eyes turned red when she saw the scene. It can't be like this. I am your little one. She is not. She doesn't deserve to be your wife. Lily Carter was not stupid either and immediately understood the situation. I had already told Lily Carter everything about Hannah Rose before. Lily Carter did not leave me, but continued to stay with me firmly. Then, she said with a serious face, Miss Hannah Rose, I hope you can understand one thing. In 4 years, even a dog would know how to wag its tail and bark, right? So, please leave my husband. Hannah Rose's figure swayed, and her body trembled uncontrollably. I looked at Hannah Rose's figure and sighed softly, Miss Hannah Rose, may we all be well in the future, and goodbye forever. Immediately, Hannah Rose was struck by lightning, muttering to herself and disappearing in front of us. Later, Lily Carter and I got married and even gave birth to a pair of adorable twins. And our remote small-town area actually received donations from a certain boss and developed rapidly in just over a decade. My family home here can often receive more favorable treatment. Facing the sunset, I just held my wife Lily Carter's little hand tightly and leaned on the wooden railing. The sky was filled with red clouds. A plain life is what I pursue.